Hey guys, welcome. I am excited to be sharing with you our homeschool holiday plans. This video is part of the Homeschool Show and Tell series, which is hosted by Jessica from The Waldock Way and Abby from Rooted in Rest. So if you're interested in seeing more, they have a playlist that is linked down below where you can go see other homeschool YouTubers who share their thoughts. It's a really great way of finding other homeschool YouTubers that you might like to follow. And I'll leave all the details for that down below, including Jessica and Abby's channels. You can go check them out. They're both seasoned homeschool moms who offer a lot of wisdom and fantastic advice. So I was going to share this stuff anyway, and it just sort of fit into the theme of this month. They release a monthly theme, and you can film and share a video on that anytime during the month and add it to their playlist. So it's just a really fun way to do things. So what I'm going to do is I am going to chat about what we're doing for Christmas this year as far as our homeschool goes, and then also what my plans are for the rest of the holidays, because I am being more intentional about our homeschool break this year than I was last year or just in previous years. I have plans, I have an idea of what I want to do, and so that is what I'm going to share with you. So this year for Christmas, I have done Christmas unit studies in the past. We've done a gentle and classical Christmas, which I really, really enjoyed. And we've done the Gather Round Christmas unit before, which we enjoyed as well. This year I considered doing a Connected Christmas from Treehouse Schoolhouse, I think it's called. But we just have not had time. I have, because of the breaks that we took when we moved house and everything, we're kind of pushing into December with our regular schoolwork, which we've not done before. And I just didn't feel like adding a Christmas unit was going to be beneficial to our home this year. And so I made the executive decision that we're not doing any formal Christmas unit this year. That is something I'm looking forward to doing next year. In fact, I really would like to do an Easter unit next year. I've never done one before. And so we might do that next year. But this year I've kept things incredibly simple. So I'm going to show you what we're doing to acknowledge Christmas time and sort of be intentional about it. But also, I don't have like a lot of I have no formal activities planned for Christmas this year. So I'm going to show you a couple resources that I have that we used last year and I really liked. This is a book of Christmas poems. And I got this from the thrift store last year and we used it last year. I read poetry to my kids every day, and so I like just that I've got some Christmas themed stuff, so that is what we're going to pick up. I mean, what is today? It's the 29th of November today, so we'll start this next week when we're in December, and just read here and there a poem. And then I also have this gorgeous book, which it's in like a book box. This is the cover of it. I also got this from the thrift store. I can't remember if it was from the same one, the secondhand store, but it is a scented treasure of verse and prose. And it has got the most beautiful vintage illustrations in it, classic illustrations, and just lovely Christmas-themed stories and poetry. It's really, really lovely. So I read from this last year to my kids, and I will do it again this year, and we just sort of go through it. It's got some classic literature in it, but I really like this. So I've got those two things, and then the only other thing we're doing for any sort of Christmas school this year, and we have started this already, is this book. It's like an Advent, 25 days of the Christmas story. And I got this as a gift from my mom's best friend. She actually bought one for me and all of my siblings for each of our families. And it's very simple, but it's like a bit of a devotional, basically. Like this is the one that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And it's about the angels. There's a character trait that it focuses on. Then you get the story and how they tie into the Christmas story. There's a life lesson that's there, and then you turn the page and there's a family activity, and then a Bible verse and family time questions, and then a prayer. So really it's sort of set up like a bit of a devotional. We have not done all the family activities. We've done the odd one here and there, but it's been a lovely way to discuss Christmas and the different people in the Bible and like the prophecies and all that kind of stuff. We really enjoyed it. It's been a simple way to focus on Christmas this year, and it's been fun because they've been learning stuff in Sunday school and it's like tied into that, and also been reading through the Bible this year, and so it's been a fun way to sort of like connect the dots for the kids. So we are up to day 15, so we don't have that much longer to go in here. And that is what we're doing for our Christmas school this year. So I'll link all this stuff down below if you want to have a look at it. Whatever I can find, I will link. And next year we'll probably do more of a unit study with like activities and that kind of thing, but I'm not planning. I don't have any formal activities planned. I always bake snickerdoodle cookies, and we watch Christmas movies and stuff like that, but that's not something I like plan per se. It's just sort of like, okay, today we're going to do this, you know? So I'm not really worried about my kids learning anything. That's just traditions that we do as a family, and that is what I have planned for our Christmas school this year. So that is what we're doing for that, but I do have plans for the rest of our holiday break. I'm not sure how many weeks we actually will have off of school. It'll probably be like 7 or 8 weeks all up, I think. I haven't actually sat down and looked at the calendar, but one thing that was frustrating last year is I did notice my kids regressed quite a lot in certain areas. They lost information over the break time. There wasn't enough structure to our days. I'm sure my kids loved that, but I did not. And so I want to be a little bit more intentional about our summer break time. Still loads of free time, lots of playtime, lots of flexibility, but just a few activities to help bring us together, and to just keep information fresh in my kids' minds. So that's what I'm going to share with you now. I think the first thing I'm going to share are some family read alouds. So I've got a couple of books here. I don't know if we'll even get through one of these books, but I've got them here for whenever I want to like sit down together as a family and do a read aloud. And this one, both of these are from secondhand stores. This is James Herriot's Favorite Dog Stories, which is obviously missing the book sleeve. But I love James Herriot. If you are not familiar with James Herriot, he is very wholesome. These are, I don't know if this one in particular, but if you've heard of the series, the TV series, All Creatures Great and Small, that is based on a lot of the life stories of James Herriot and his experience as a vet in the UK. And it's just really, really interesting. I grew up on the old series, but they've got an updated version of it now, and I've seen that too, and they're both really good. So I haven't read these before, and I just thought that'd be a fun thing to do over the summer. I know he's got a few more books as well, so I found this at the op shop and was like, I'm gonna grab that. So that's an option that we've got to read aloud from. And then this is another one, another classic, the Burgess Bird Book for Children. And I found this at the secondhand store. It's brand new, and it's essentially stories, but so it's like perfect for nature study. I know that Simply Charlotte Mason has this whole science course on this book, and it's like think Peter Rabbit and that kind of thing, you know? And so I thought this would be a fun thing to read over the summer. Pick it up and read a little bit from it. There's some lovely illustrations in here too. So those are the read alouds that I've picked for us to go through. And then my plan for my 2 older kids, as far as reading goes, my daughter, who is in first grade, or was in first grade this year, is still working through her literature from Sunlight. And so I'm just going to continue having her follow their lesson plan for their literature, and it's just reading a portion of a book a day. And so she's just going to continue through that during the summer. That takes her maybe like 10 minutes. It's not very long. But that is what I'm going to continue having her do. My son has just about finished his literature from Sunlight. And so what my plan is for him to do 20 minutes of reading a day. And I did let him choose what he wanted to read. So the first book he's reading, it's actually like 10 books in one, is the Hey Jack book. I bought this for him, I don't know, a couple years ago. He's actually got like all 20 books. He's got another big one like this. This is actually a bit easy for him. It's actually very easy for him, but it's still fun. And I don't really care if it's easy for him. I just want him to be sitting and reading for 20 minutes a day. And so he's already started working on that. He's already actually like a third of the way through this. So he'll finish that off in no time. I've got this book here, which came with Sunlight, and I think it came with their 5-day plan, and I don't know why I ordered incorrectly. So he's going to read through this because he thought it would be interesting. And then I'll just let him read whatever else he wants to read. We've got lots of books on the shelf, and he can pick and choose. We've got some Magic Treehouse books that would be great for him. So that's my plan as far as reading goes. For my youngest daughter, she was in preschool this year, and all I'm going to do for her over the summer is have her watch Leapfrog Letter Factory like once a week, just to keep everything refreshed. That's fun and easy for her. But other than that, I'll just read books to her like I normally do. We're not doing any formal school over the summer holidays with her. And then math. So if you followed along at all this year, you know that we started the year with the Good and the Beautiful math. And within the first week, we switched to Math with Confidence. We've used Good and the Beautiful for years, and then this year it just was not a good fit. But I still have their workbooks because I printed them all out, all ready for them this year. And so I thought over the summer, instead of like worrying about finding any more curriculum or anything, what I'm going to do is have them just do the review section in these books, just one a day. So it's like one page. So like this one, for instance, is in the level 1, and it's just got calendar work. I've still got the math boxes and everything. So my daughter can sit and do this. It'll probably take her like 10 minutes tops, but it's just a little bit of review for her to do. And then I've also got the level 3 here for my son. And so he can sit and do this and do a little bit of review as well. And so it'll just be the reading and the math, and I will probably read aloud to my kids, and that'll be it for the summer. So under half an hour a day for each kid, but it'll just be enough to just totally keep things going. And in like the really hottest time of the day when it's too hot to be outside, they can come in and do that. And it's a little bit of quiet time for the kids. So those are my holiday plans. I'm curious, what do you guys usually do over break time? Do you take a full break, or do you still include some level of academics during that time intentionally? I'm not talking about like unschooling or like just living life, but like intentional book work. Do you do that? I'm curious to know. This is our first summer doing anything like that, so it'll be interesting to see what the results are by the time we start up school again in 2024. So if you've got any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. Be sure to go check out the playlist with the other holiday homeschool videos, and Jessica and Abby's channels. They're fantastic. But otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
If the world had more of your smile, what if the wind could spread